Welcome to Traveling Towards Wealth, the podcast where money meets adventure and freedom is always on the horizon. I'm Sarah Jones, financial coach, full-time traveler, houseplant lover, sourdough baker, and your guide to building a life that's as rich in experiences as it is in peace of mind. Each month, we dive into a new theme, whether it's real money stories, the ins and outs of full-time travel, building a business or multiples while on the road, or finding wellness and simplicity wherever you are. Here, you'll get practical tips, honest conversations, and a gentle push to spend, save, and live according to your values, not someone else's rules. If you're ready to design a life you truly love, one where you can travel more, stress less, build financial confidence, shop safer, and wake up every day feeling like you're exactly where you're meant to be, then you're in the right place. So grab your favorite drink, settle in, and let's start traveling towards wealth, one story at a time. All right. Welcome back, my friend, and I hope you are ready for this episode because I'm not holding back today. And the reason why I'm not holding back is for a couple of reasons. Number one, this needs to be said, and I think that people are too soft, myself included, I have been, when it comes to really sharing information that is so important when it comes to finances in your family. And I have said that I'm a pretty bold person, but I realize I've been watering things down, and I am sick of doing it. I'm sick of watering things down. And so what I'm coming to talk to you about today is this whole idea of you claiming head of household in your household, and yet you're really treating it just as a checkbox on your taxes. You're not actually treating it as what it is, in that it is your responsibility to protect your family. If you are claiming you are head of your household, and I don't care if you are male or female, that has no barring in this. I'm saying, if you are saying, I am head of household, I am here to take care of my family, I'm here to protect them, but you're not, this episode is for you. And this is hitting home far too closely for me right now. And so I'm fired up about it. I'm angry about it. I am terribly sad about it. And this is going to be a very raw and very vulnerable episode. Head of household is not just a checkbox on your taxes. It is your responsibility to protect your family, mentally, physically, and financially. And I hear a lot of times parents will say, oh, I die for my kids. I die for them. And what I really want to ask is, would you actually live for them? Are you actually protecting them every day? Because here's the things that you are not doing that you need to be doing to protect your family. Do you have a life insurance policy on file? Do you have PODs, payable upon death, on your accounts? Are your beneficiaries updated on all of your accounts? Do you have any kind of a trust or any kind of an estate plan in place? If the answer to those is no, then you are not living up to your role as head of household and protecting your family. Because what you're doing is you're putting them at such a huge financial disadvantage that it's sickening. I, right now, don't even have words to describe how when somebody passes, let me just tell you, when my dad passed away, he died in a motorcycle accident 16 years ago. He didn't have a will. He didn't have PODs on his accounts. He didn't have life insurance. He didn't have any of his financial matters in order. Nothing. Do you know what that meant for me and my siblings? It meant that instead of being able to grieve, we had to rifle and spend hours going through piles of fucking paperwork to try and find, where is any of this information? Does it exist? Where does he bank? How many accounts does he have? What does he owe? Does he have a life insurance policy that we don't know about? Who fucking knows? Because he didn't do what he needed to do as head of household and protecting us kids, regardless if we were adults or not. It was still his job to protect us. And he didn't do that. So we weren't able to grieve. We had to worry about the fucking money part of it. And I am still rifled up 16 years later because you know what? It is happening in another family member's life right now. This same thing. People being too fucking scared to talk about money. People putting off these conversations, not having them. Not sitting down and taking 15 minutes a day to share with your partner what accounts you have and to go into the bank the next time you're in town and fill out paperwork that is free to put a POD on your account. So when something happens to you, your account is payable upon death. That gives access to somebody else, access to your account. You're not taking the time to do that? I don't want to come across as judgmental because I'm not judging. I am just so fired up that people are not taking responsibility for some of these things. You're putting your family at such a huge disadvantage. You're robbing them of the ability to grieve if something happens to you. You are robbing them of the chance to just sit and not have to rifle through all the paperwork to try and find shit. To see, does this even exist? I think I heard once 10 years ago about some policy existing, but I don't know where it is. Why is that happening? Why is this even happening? If you consider yourself a leader in your family, then these are the things that you need to be responsible for. You are the safety net. You are the glue that holds these pieces together. I'm again fired up and hurt and frustrated over this because these are things that absolutely don't need to happen. And some of this can fall into some financial abuse. If you refuse to have conversations about finances with your partner, if you refuse to put their name on your account, if you refuse to let them know what's going on or what isn't going on, that's financial abuse. I don't have any time for that. We need to get that worked out. If you are being financially abused, then you need to set up a time to have a conversation with me and we need to talk about that. If you think you are the abuser, listen, sometimes we do it subconsciously, but if you are hearing this, you're like, yeah, I'm not doing this, then please click the link in the show notes here and schedule a time to chat with me. Call is free. Let's pinpoint some of the things that you need to be doing to protect yourself and to protect your family. There are things that absolutely need to be done. And some of this, again, it falls into financial abuse, which is unacceptable. Just because there aren't bruises and scars on the outside doesn't mean that you're doing or experiencing extreme trauma on the inside. And I can't allow that to go on. I cannot allow that to continue. Knowing your numbers is so important. All of your numbers. What assets do you have? Life insurance, investments, property, etc., those types of things. What assets do you have? Where do you find that information? Do you have an old 401k from a previous employer? Find that information and we need to do something with it. What are your liabilities? What do you owe on? What accounts are opened in your name? What are you paying on? What are your bills each month? Where do you find that information? How much is your interest rate? What are your minimum payments? When's the payoff date? Who is your servicer on your loans, on your student loans? Where are your life insurance policies serviced through? What company? Who's the agent on those accounts? You need to know every single dollar. You need to know every single number. You need to know where to find them. If you can't recall it right off the top of your head, then you have to have a list and a divider or a binder that houses all of this information. You need to be able to find it at the drop of a hat. And then when something changes, you need to go in and update your paperwork. It literally, my friend, it literally takes no time at all to do this. I know you sit and scroll on your phone. You waste time sitting in front of the TV where you could be spending 30 minutes every single night and putting this binder, putting these documents together. It literally takes no time at all. But what you are doing is you're creating protection for your family. You are letting them know that when something happens to you, here's all the information. Here's the binder with all the information that you are going to need. It's all here. I've laid it out for you. You are giving them the opportunity to grieve and not have to worry about all the finance part of it. It is so important to know all of your numbers. What accounts do you have? Where do you... And this goes for business owners and couples, individuals, right? Having this information documented someplace. So all you have to do is pull out the thumb drive. All you have to do is let somebody know where your cloud login information is. Pull the binder out of the safe, and you've got all the information, all of your important paperwork, social security numbers, birth certificates, death certificate can go in there, marriage certificates, anything if you were in the military, college degrees, passport, literally everything should be housed in there. Some of the important financial documents that you need to have on file is POD, Payable Upon Death. You set this up at your bank. It takes literally minutes to do. It doesn't cost you anything. And I will tell you, it helps out significantly when something happens to you. Whether you become incapacitated or you pass away, this needs to be on file. Do you have a will or a trust in place? Depending on your situation, one's going to be better than the other. But do you have anything? You need to get something. You need to talk to an estate planning attorney and get something in place. The money that you spend on that will save your family thousands and thousands of dollars and hours of heartache. It is worth it. It is worth it. Life insurance. Do you have life insurance? Most people need life insurance. I will bet you're probably not in a place where you can self-insure. And if you are, fabulous. But if you're not, then you need life insurance. And you need life insurance outside of your place of employment. You need life insurance outside of your place of employment. Through employment's great. That's like pennies on the dollar. You can get a really nice policy through your place of employment if you're a W-2 employee. Utilize that. Take advantage of it. But have a separate policy that will follow you no matter what. Term life can be really great. So can whole life. Both can be really great. It depends on what your situation is. Right? Do you have power of attorney? Financial, medical. You need power of attorney. If you become incapacitated, which can happen in literally the blink of an eye, you need to have these things already in place so when something happens, your family, your next of kin, can make decisions for you. It's too late to think about this after something happens. It becomes irrelevant. You've just created heartache and hardship on your family. Power of attorney, free. Healthcare directives. Do you have that? Have you let your family know what your wishes are? You need to, because they don't want to have to guess. Making those decisions is not their responsibility. It is your responsibility to let your family know what your wishes are. Take that pressure off of them and just tell them. My friend, that's free. So much of these things are literally free. The other things, yeah, they're going to cost you a little bit of money, but it's saving your family heartache and grief and frustration. It could potentially be saving them a place to live. This is protection. This is protection for those that you love and you care about. If you say you love and care about them, then you need to show it. And you show it by having these financial things in order. Do you have an estate plan? A full estate plan? This should be in place regardless of what your net worth is. Regardless of what your net worth is, you need to have an estate plan. I am fired up and I'm literally on the verge of tears sharing this. You don't realize the heartache and pressure you put on your family by not having this shit in place. I don't know how to say it any more clear. That I don't want to come across as judgmental, but I really want to come across as this is so fucking important that you need to do it. Quit putting it off. If you actually care about your family, then show you care about them and put these things in place. If you don't know what to do or how to do it, you're lost, then guess what? You've got me. So you schedule an appointment and we talk about it. We talk about what needs to be done. I'll give you some tools. I'll point you in the right direction. I will refer you to the people that can help you if I am not able to help you in those areas. I'm not an estate planning attorney, but I will point you in the direction of one that's really great, that can help you in your state, can help you in your situation. I don't sell life insurance, but you know what? I work with some pretty fucking amazing insurance agents, and I will send you some referrals. I'll send you some names of people that you can contact to get the best deal and to get what is right for your situation. If you don't know where to start, then your first action right now is to book a call with me. It costs you nothing. It costs you nothing. Book that call with me and let's talk. Let's chat about where you're at. What do you have? What don't you have? Your family does not deserve to have to go through all of this when you're incapacitated or when you're no longer here. It is your responsibility. And it might feel like a lot of responsibility. It is. It's meant to. That's what we sign up for when we have a family, when we have kids, when we have a spouse. When it is we sign up for this as being a human being, of taking care of others. And the way that we take care of others is knowing your numbers when it comes to finances and having all of your financial documents in a row so your friends and family don't have to worry about it. Couple of actions that you can take right now. Book that call with me. Get on, let's chat. Second option is you start a conversation with your spouse, with your partner, with your parents, with your kids. You start that conversation and you say, listen, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to talk about this, but I know this needs to be talked about. It's going to be really uncomfortable, but let's start it. Let's have an uncomfortable conversation. Those are two actions that you can take right now. Book that call and start a conversation with your friends, your family. So, with that, take those two actions to heart. I fully expect to be having some calls booked on my calendar to be chatting with you because this is so darn important. And I fully expect to be having you message me and let me know that you started a really uncomfortable conversation with your family, but you did it. So let me know when you start that conversation. Send me a message, send me an email. Let me know that you've started it. Let me help encourage you. That's what I love to do. That's why I'm here talking about this. Show me that you're taking action. Show me that you care about your family. All right? And with that, I will say goodbye for now, my friend. Thanks for joining me on Traveling Towards Wealth. If today's episode sparked something in you, I'd love for you to subscribe, leave a review, or share this show with a fellow free spirit who's ready to design a life they love. Want to dive deeper? I'd love to connect with you. Book a free call with me to chat about your money, your dreams, and your next steps. No pressure, just a real conversation. You can find the link in the show notes or on my website. And let's stay connected on socials. Follow me on Instagram or Facebook for behind the scenes RV life, money tips, and a little gypsy spirit along the way. Remember, your money, your journey, your rules. I'll see you next Tuesday for another story and some practical steps to help you travel further towards wealth, freedom, and a life you love. Until then, keep wandering, keep growing, and keep spending on what matters most.